I published this ebook 3 days ago, and it's already sold 65 copies. No paid ads, no fancy launch, just strategy. And today, I'm breaking it down.
All right, here we go.
If you've ever wondered how to turn your knowledge or passion into a product people actually want to buy, this video is for you. I'll show you exactly how I launched my ebook, the steps I took to get real sales from real people, and how I created a companion workbook as the perfect follow-up offer to keep the momentum going. And if you're ready to take this even further, I've got a course that will set you up for KDP success. It walks you through the basics to get you on a strong foundation and ready to make sales. Check it out in the link down below. Let's get started. I am showing you a little bit behind the scenes. Very excited that these book sales have been taking off over these last few weeks. I think this really goes to show also when you put in time to the process, and that process being getting reviews and running ads, it pays off. So I'm really excited about that. I've sold 103 and this is since the 2nd of March. 103 copies of the End of Life Planner, that motivational swear word book. I've sold 82 copies, and I have been running ads on those and getting reviews. Now, that's why this one surprised me. And I've sold some of the others, but that's why this one surprised me so much. I just uploaded this on like the 23rd. So actually probably was a day before that because it took about 2 days to get approved. In this situation, I decided to offer the ebook for free to really get it going. I've already got 2 reviews from this. And like I said, I haven't been doing any promotions. It's simply because it's offered complimentary, but also it's a high valued item. This is something that the keywords are very trending. This topic is very trending. And remember in my last video, I talked about how talking about something that you're passionate about, something that means a lot to you, makes a huge difference. But you can't just have talking about passion without a market for it. That's why my failure book didn't do so well. But this YouTube after 50 or content creator after 50, it means so much to me. And I talked to everybody about how to YouTube. It made sense for me to write a book about this, or for Word Genie through Designer to help me write a book, to really fill the market, because I know there was nothing out there for me targeting people who are a little bit older. Because I know that everyone says, like, and when I read these reviews, like one of the reviews was like, this is for anybody, not if you're over 50. True, but really it is a different market. So that's what it addresses. And that's why I think this is speaking to a unique market that's out there. So just a quick review, because I'm not actually going through the designer process right now, because I did this the other day on my previous video. So I made it with Word Genie. I went through it, made it my own, changing some things, putting in some personal reflections. And then I downloaded that and uploaded that here to Amazon. So now this is available as an ebook and as a print book. I actually made it available as an 8.5 by 11. Originally, I made it available as a 6 by 9, but the font is so tiny. I really was like, well, if this is for people like me and we have glasses and sometimes I need some bigger font. And so I made it a bigger font. I made it an 8.5 by 11. So hoping people purchase that book as well. So now let's talk about the next steps. Next, I want to be ready for, if I've already sold 65 copies on this, and if it keeps going and snowballing, and as I start to run ads, next, I'm going to have a group of people who are waiting for the next step and the next support. And that's why I decided to make a workbook that I can now sell on Amazon, and it will link right with this one. I'll make a series so that they are connected together. And let me show you the first steps. So first I went to ChatGPT and I asked it to make a companion workbook for me. So as it started to go through, I liked what it was creating. I gave it some adjustments and some things to change, some other things to focus on. And then I was able to kind of work through creating the book. Then I went to Canva. Now in Canva, remember, we need to change, we can use their templates, but we need to change a certain amount. And that's the one thing that makes me nervous about Canva is there's no set 60% or 80%. You're just supposed to make it your own. So it makes me a little nervous, but I knew I'd be changing a lot in this particular workbook, which is why I started with a template here. I typed in workbook and went to templates. Really, any of these would work great. I just wanted to find one that would fit the original kind of style or theme of the book, of the original book. So I ended up choosing this one. And I went through and just started deleting. deleting all of these little things. I didn't need that. Don't need that behind there. I like that format. I don't need that picture, but I like that format. As you can see, I kind of just went through and started making it like a base for me to be able to use. Love all this formatting. Didn't end up using the mindset quiz. I didn't end up using this. I could have. This I believe I used. This I used. So I'll show you what I did. So first of all, I went through I asked ChatGPT to make the table of contents for me, and then I copied and pasted each sentence into here. I did have to reformat a bit. It was not perfectly formatted, and that's okay. So this is not a one and done type deal. You still got to work a bit. I remembered the blank pages that I wanted because I wanted to be able to separate some of the pages in BookBolt once I uploaded this to BookBolt. Again, BookBolt formats everything for me. So here I wrote a little intro about how much this topic means to me. And then I also found a few quotes out there about dreaming and thinking big. Always make sure you note who the original author is. So now this is all from ChatGPT, and I just made it fit in this workbook template. I did add some lines here and there. For example, section 1, your way. So this is supposed to go along with the original book where you read section 1. And then here, this is supposed to be like a journal or thought process where you are writing down you're answering these prompts. And so that's why in some of these, I felt these lines were enough. Other pages, I added more lines. And again, this was another note from ChatGPT. Now here in this section, you can see I felt like this required more lines, so I just made more lines. There's another great quote I love. Section 3, I broke this one out a little bit to encourage someone to answer each question to really set up their channel and build their channel. Still moving things around, formatting took a little while. At the end of each chapter in the book, it's the end of a section over here. So I added the tip that's at the end of each book or each chapter. I added it as the tip over here in the section. Okay, equipment. So far, like I went through, I kept this particular format. So as you can see, it took some work. It was not a one and done, but I think I made a really nice workbook here. Downloaded it. Oh, let me show you how I did the cover. So I have that original cover that I made in Canva. So here's my original cover that I made in Canva. If you'll notice, and I'm always going to share when I make mistakes, I accidentally put the YouTube play button on front, and that's their copyrighted logo. So I got a warning just saying, hey, you don't have the rights to this. So I changed it, removed it, and we're good. So here, I actually decided to change it from YouTube after 50 to content creator after 50. I feel like with the cover being the same and me connecting it with the original book, it doesn't separate it too much. But I also realized that I was missing out on a huge market of people who maybe weren't interested in YouTube, but just creating content, whether that was shorts or social media. So that's why I changed the name to content creator after 50. I also wanted, and I added the word workbook at the bottom. I wanted to differentiate it just a little bit. I copied the photo and then inverted it for this side. I had ChatGPT write the summary for me for the back of the book. And where I got these dimensions was here in BookBolt. I also made this 8.5 by 11 because I really wanted to have a workbook that someone could write in, and I hate writing in really small 6 by 9. So I made this 8.5 by 11, and I checked right here in BookBolt. It tells me the dimensions that I need in Canva. So I came over to Canva, created a page, made the dimensions, copied and pasted that, changed the text, inverted the picture, and put it here on the back. It takes some playing around with it, to see what works. And so here is my final book, my final workbook. Now this one I created this book with a bleed, knowing that some of these pictures were going to extend off of the end, even though there weren't many, but enough that I wanted to include that bleed. Like these two pictures right here, I wanted those to bleed off of the edge. And you see these lines right here that also would have been identified as outside of the trim lines. So I did a bleed because I wanted those to be kept there. And then I also I left the content planner in there. This one was called Monthly Planner. This is again from the same template, but I changed it to Content Planner. So I'm waiting for this particular book to get approved, and then it is ready to go, and then I can run ads on it. I just wanted to show you how it is possible for an ebook to take off and to do very well. But then as soon as that does, be ready to come in with a supported book, a second volume, or another book that's similar, because those people are going to be hungry for more. They will have found you, they will know you, and then they're going to want more. So thank you so much. And again, check out the link in the description below if you're interested in the course.